Alert. CWF is live in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first authorized schedule for singles action one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Please welcome Ryan Zane. Who are you? I'm Ryan Zane.
Chris Lee.
My title back. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, Smoove. Only a man as beautiful as I could wear something like that. This powerful.
Bell sounds and we are off and running at end of an era 2014. Brad Stutts and Cecil already got a semi. Scott are in the booth. Opening contest tonight sees Chris Lee, the former Rising Generation League champion, taking on the newcomer coming out of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Ryan Zane. And Cecil, this Ryan Zane is a unique character, to say the least.
That's an understatement, and he told me in the back that he was going to put the Rise in Rising Generation League. What does that mean?
My heavens. Well, of course, the Rising Generation League for competitors with 3 complete years or less of professional experience.
And they call him Sensual Starlight. This guy's a character.
I think he calls himself Sensual Starlight.
I kind of had, like, you remember the old Mango skits of Saturday Night Live? That was me when I talked to him. That stars in my eyes.
Chris Lee tackles him right into the buckle. What in the world? Piercing chop to the chest. You know, there was a time not that long ago where I really think Chris Lee would have been taken in by the antics and the tactics of somebody like Ryan Zane, but we have seen a more focused Chris Lee in the past 6 or so weeks, ever since he lost the Rising Generation League Championship to Chet Sterling back at Battlecade. Chris Lee has been very focused, no goofing off, no horsing around. Gorgeous back elbow into the chops of Ryan Zane, follows it up with a perfectly precise drop kick. You know, like I say, back when Chris Lee was the Rising Generation League champion, he was all smiles, but since he lost that championship, he has been all business.
Well, he suffered probably the first really crushing defeat of his career that night, and that'll do that to you.
Ryan Zane smartly using the ropes to his advantage. They are still piling in here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. We're going to have to open up the far side of bleachers if they keep pouring in.
Me and Mitch Conner are going to have to get out that shoehorn.
End of an era. We'll see one era in tonight. A huge fight atmosphere that we will be talking about all night long here. Dangerous E. Corey Edsel versus the current reigning Mid-Atlantic champion, Arik Royal. It is a big fight atmosphere atmosphere here at End of an Era, but we're seeing a bit of a fight here in the opening contest. Very rare that we see the opening bout go out to the floor here at CWF Mid-Atlantic. I gotta think, Cecil, that is just an example of the newfound aggression in Chris Lee.
I think so, and I think it also is a case of a newcomer like Ryan Zane trying to go ahead and make a name for himself. You know, he's obviously very flamboyant. I'll use that term.
There you go. That's one way of putting it.
You can kind of tell he's one of those guys, if you rub him the wrong way, pun fully intended, he will have a bit of a mean streak.
I don't plan to rub him anyway, as trainees are, in fact, opening the far side of bleachers here. We're going to be at or near capacity as they are still filing in here in Gibsonville, North Carolina. Second big event in the month of February, and of course, we will round out the month with the huge two-night tag team tournament. All the information on that one is at CWF247.com. Oh, little hip swivel and a neck breaker there.
Beautiful neck breaker. He kind of reminds me of a little Lanny Poffo.
Interesting.
You know, where there's obviously some skill there, but it's kind of hard to see it through all the bravado and all the stuff.
Lanny Poffo talented in many ways. I wonder if Ryan Zane shares those talents that Lanny Poffo was known for.
Are we keeping this PG?
Zane in control here. No, Chris Lee firing back once again. The fire and the aggression in Chris Lee. Ooh, really been on display here.
Beautiful drop kick.
Put both feet right in the face. And ever since he lost that, two knees in the sternum there, ever since he lost that Rising Generation League Championship, we have seen a budding rivalry of sorts between Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs and Nick Richards and Jason Miller. Biggs and Miller will go one-on-one later tonight. But undeniably, these two Rising Generation League kids, Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs, showing a mean streak here.
Package. Well, it's a case where Nick and Miller, believe it or not, managed to piss off somebody else.
Well, I do believe it. Woo! Big knee right to the face. Ryan Zane may have just sent a tooth flying into the crowd.
And some of the young girls in the front crowd do not like being spat upon. Whoa. I don't like how he's dragging him into his cave while he says that. Is he going to teabag him?
I certainly hope not.
Can I say that?
Ryan Zane gonna look like what is he?
A bonsai drop?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Did he just booty shake?
Chris Lee gets out of the way. The bonsai drop, we'll call it, got nothing but the canvas. Chris Lee measures him. Ooh. Beautiful drop kick in the buckle. May have just took his head off.
He might have him with that.
That could be a KO too.
Oh, some toughness from Ryan Zane.
Yeah, both these guys are showing their toughness here in this opening bout. Chris Lee goes underneath, big atomic drop. Inverted atomic drop.
Oh, right in the chest.
Chris Lee is dangerous with those kicks. Uh-oh. Could be the traffic jam. Heads up. Boom! Right on the back of the head. And Chris Lee wins it with the traffic jam.
Five minutes, 56 seconds to winner by pinfall. Coach Smoove, Chris Lee!
You know, if my title hadn't been stolen from me on December 28th, this would have been my 260th day as RGL champion. I found out when I got here that on March the 15th, exactly 1 month from now, I have a rematch for the RGL title against Chet Sterling for the last time in here.
We got a fight on the ramp.
Oh my God, I think we're off and running. Aaron Biggs and Jason Miller in center ring. Miller strikes, I think match number 2 is going right now, Cecil Scott.
Yeah, Charles is right behind him. I guess we're going to have a bell. Aric came out to save his buddy Chris Lee.
One fall, 10-minute time limit is what this thing was scheduled for, and we are off and running.
And Miller may have saved his own life there.
Well, we talked earlier about the budding rivalry between Richards and Miller and Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs. That has never been more on display than it is right now. Richards and Miller looking to get the jump on Chris Lee, but his partner was here and ready for the timely save.
Yeah, he was here for the save, and we just got a fist fight in the middle of the ring.
Boy, these two big hosses slugging it out here at end of an era. Oh boy. Hold into the middle rope. Can't believe the rope was able to withstand 400 some odd pounds on it.
Man, and you got another 230 plus of Jason Miller on his back. Man, that'll knock all the wind right out of you.
The rat, Nick Richards, still floating around ringside.
And notice Nick Richards got that newly shaved head. I saw him out back before the show just shaving his own head.
We have not seen Richards since that dog collar match against Donnie Dollars. They're still brawling in center ring here. Miller trying to get this big man down as the extra staff, the trainees, are carrying Chris Lee to the bag. He got roughed up bad by Richards and Miller. A chaotic start to the night, but Cecil Scott, it's chaos anytime Richards and Miller are involved in anything.
I mean, they are agents of chaos. That's what they do.
Ref Charles, a second behind, just missed Nick Richards with the illegal assist. I dare say that it will take both Richards and Miller to get an advantage on this big 400-pounder.
Yeah, Aaron Biggs is a tough guy to corral. It's hard to get him down on the mat. The crowd trying to get behind him, though.
Miller making great use of those body kicks, really trying to take those big tree trunk legs out from under Aaron Biggs.
Well, that's what you got to do with a bigger competitor. He's carrying a lot of weight. And this is a stark contrast to what we saw a week ago. You know, we saw that beautiful technical wrestling last week, and now we're just seeing a mauling.
Biggs using his whole body there. Oh, God! Look at how well this big man moves. Good grief, I would not want to be on the receiving end of any of those.
Side slam. And Aaron Biggs coming up on his first-year anniversary in pro wrestling, and he can tell he has accumulated so much experience.
Oh, God, he's calling for the steamroller. This is going to be it.
Man, can he get Richards?
Richards on the apron, throwing a jacket at Aaron Biggs. Wait, hold on. Chris Lee is still at ringside. Chris Lee has got Richards. He's kicking Richards right in the face. We got to fight at ringside. Security. We got to fight here at ringside.
DDT. DDT. No.
Oh, God, he crushed him in center ring. And Biggs wins it. Holy cow.
Let him go, Stutts! Let him go! Let them both go! Come on!
Security ringside.
Come on! Come on! Let's go! Get off us! Get off us! Don't you touch us! Let them go! Nick! Come on. Nick!
Oh, macho, man.
Stand on my business!
You should have set this up. Come on, man, get to the back. To the back. I'll beat the clean off those boys. Get to the back.
I swear to God!
Come on, get out! Get him to the back! Drag him to the back! We go now. Go. Go. Man, that's why you lost. That's why you lost, Jason. We go, Chris.
This is exactly why we can't have nice things, y'all. Please welcome my scheduled guests at this time, Ric Converse and Chase Dakota.
Come on!
We're off to a chaotic start already, but real quick, Chase, you declined defending the television title tonight. Why?
Well, you see, every competitor gets harder and harder every night. I just come off a win from Adam Page.
Caught you on the top rope, but yeah, that's a win.
I just come off a win from Bright Attitude.
10-minute time to draw, actually not a win.
I just came off of a win from Andrew Everett.
Also a 10-minute time limit draw, also not a win.
None of this matters tonight. The reason I'm here tonight, not defending my title, is because I'm in my best friend's corner tonight. Supporting him.
Well, let's talk about the reason why we are here tonight. It was about 11 or so months ago when Trevor Lee, me, yourself, Cyrus, and William Cross out of the aftermath. Your careers took different paths, with the Dynasty going against the All-Stars, Trevor Lee going against Arik Royal and Andrew Everett. Tonight is the first time your paths have crossed since that night. It is the current leader of the aftermath against the original leader of the aftermath, and Ric and Nero seems like an appropriate night to have this match.
Well, it absolutely is. See, I've been waiting for, like you said, 13 months to get my hands on Trevor Lee. See, he wanted to come in and take the aftermath over, and it looks like he succeeded. But if he wants to be the head honcho, he has to beat the original head honcho around here.
Well, it's going to be a huge matchup tonight, but Ric, since we're all out here, would you care to comment on your relationship with Chase Dakota?
I mean, Chase, you know, he seems like a nice enough guy. To be honest with you, Chase, I don't really know you that good. I mean, all of a sudden you came around, started wearing my shirt, and said we're best friends.
He says you ran fast. He says you went to his birthday party. He says y'all go back like babies with pacifiers. That's what he says.
It actually is a fact that back in 2007, 8, that his mom did invite me to his birthday party since I was his favorite wrestler, and I did go.
And y'all have been friends ever since, I guess.
I haven't talked to him much since.
Well, nevertheless,
with the exception of the last probably month or so. And then he's been talking to me a whole lot.
There's a lot of events upcoming. Of course, Chase Dakota's got television title defenses lined up. You tonight have got Trevor Lee lined up. But you know, if this partnership were to take, then this might be a team to look to for the big tag team tournament at the end of the month. Just maybe. Just maybe. But tonight, it is all business and all out
Bell sounds, we are off and running, and look at these two horses slugging it out. Cecil's got it. Is a horse battle at end of an era.
Oh yeah, we love those horse battles, and this is not going to be pretty.
This is, of course, a Battlecade rematch as these two men tied up at our anniversary supercard Battlecade back in December. Kandrack got the Duke with help from the Goon Squad, and Parker has looked for an opportunity to get his hands on Kandrack ever since.
Yeah, he's been chomping at the bit for weeks now, over a month. And I don't know if the Goon Squad are here tonight or if Ray's going to go it alone. Of course, the coach always out there.
Oh, of course.
You better watch out from behind.
Parker just drills him right in the back.
And I think this is going to be one of those give no quarter, ass none type matches.
Undeniably so. Two of the most intense heavyweight grapplers on the circuit.
And Parker can't get caught up messing with the coach.
No, you're exactly right. That is what cost him back at Battlecade in December. Too preoccupied on the outside interference. Of course, when you got guys climbing up on you, grabbing you by the boots, grabbing you by the knee pads, it's easy to get distracted, but that distraction is what will lose you matches, as Parker found out back at Battlecade.
Right, and Ric Converse one of those guys you really cannot take your eye off of for a second, as we just saw. Kandrack, of course, such a heavy hitter, such a mauler.
Yeah, 1 week ago, right here in Gibsonville at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, we saw the dynamic high flyers of the Ultra J on their very first showcase event.
And by all means, they blew the roof off the place.
Absolutely. You can check out that complete event, including the 65-minute 2 out of 3 falls matchup between Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee. You can check that instant classic and everything else out at ondemand.cwf247.com. But with that in mind, that the high-flying junior heavyweights got the spotlight last week, tonight here at End of an Era, several bouts on the card, including this one, really showcasing the hard-hitting heavyweights.
Right, this is more of a traditional CWF show, but a focus is, you know, we put an intentional focus on the heavyweights tonight, because I feel like we have some of the best heavyweights anywhere in pro wrestling.
They are all in action here tonight. Of course, the main event, the longest reigning Mid-Atlantic champion of the modern era, Corey Edsel, to face the current champ, Arik Royal. Royal is less than a week away from matching Edsel's streak for the longest title reign of all time. He will eclipse the streak if he survives tonight.
Man, what a great diving lariat into the corner there by Jimmy Parker.
Parker, not unlike Aaron Biggs, obviously not as big as Aaron Biggs, but for a guy who's got to be weighing in at probably 240-ish at least, Parker can really move.
Yeah, he can. Oh, he headbutted him right at the elbow, right at the point of the elbow.
God, that will sting, and that will affect. Oh, he got him in the other one, maybe a little closer to the trapezius there, but that will affect your punching power. That will affect your ability to grab, to lift, everything. You take those arms out, you weaken them in a big heavyweight battle like this. You're going to take away Parker's ability to swing mightily on big strikes, and you're going to take away his ability to pick up the 260 or so pound assassin.
Ooh, right. He relies on a lot of power moves. A nice Polish hammer right in the face.
Clubbed him right in the face, like you said. Not a lot of finesse between these two. Just bone-breaking action. Big knee takes Kandrack to the canvas. Cover. 2 on the rope.
Joey Hogan was not checking for that foot. The coach actually had to point it out.
Well, the coach is on top of things. He's not gonna miss it on the coach's account. The coach will point out something even if it's not there.
Wait, nothing gets by him. Ooh!
Or you can see big welts on the chest and the body of Parker from those big body shots from the assassin.
Oh, God.
Or they are knocking their blocks off here. Only two.
And I think the coach was going to dive in and break that up if he had to. I'm surprised the flag didn't come in the ring.
Parker wants to see the spear.
Well, he better go ahead and do it. What's the coach doing?
Coach is at the foot. Joey Hogan caught him. Oh, no.
Watch Kandrack.
Boom.
He went for that headbutt spear.
Drilled him with it. Got it on the second try. his Battlecade loss and evens it up 1-1 against the Assassin.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes and 1 second. Your winner by pinfall, Jimmy Parker.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout tonight is for the CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team title. The 30-minute time limit. Please welcome your champions, Rage and the And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challengers tonight, the Mid-Atlantic Outlaws!
Champs bum rush the challengers, as has become their MO. Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships are on the line. Rage and the Machine taking on the Mid-Atlantic Outlaws. Huge opportunity here for the Outlaws, who have won regional championships all over the Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee. These guys have been champions everywhere they've ever gone except for CWF Mid-Atlantic. Cecil Scott, Outlaws undeniably a great team, but can they stop the wrecking ball that has been Rage and the Machine?
That remains to be seen. I know the Outlaws, their goal since the day they walked in here is to win those tag titles. They've had scant opportunities. Honestly, this is not a team I would want an opportunity against. I'll just go ahead and put that out there.
Well, you got to take a shot at the belts when it comes your way.
Well, yeah, you do, but man, you couldn't get a worse draw.
Of course, both these teams are entered in the huge two-night tag team tournament that we will see right here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium on Friday night, February the 28th, and Saturday, March the 1st. All the information on that huge tournament is at CWF247.com and PWIPro.com. Tag teams from all over the country are going to be right here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium for that huge two-night tag team tournament. And obviously, the team that carries the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships are going to be put in a very favorable position once that tournament gets set up and first-round matchups are made. Ooh, gorgeous super kick from Houston. But Houston's been getting wailed on for the past 2 or 3 minutes.
And because of that, I will go ahead and say now, Rage and the Machine are my pick to win that tournament.
The problem that we will encounter with Rage and the Machine as the tournament rolls on over 2 nights is going to be potentially stamina.
It could be.
However, with the ferociousness and the decisiveness that Rage and the Machine have won most of their matches with, cover here from Lewis only gets 2. If that were to occur, if they can run through this tournament like they've ran through title contenders, stamina won't be an issue.
Right, if they start off all of their tournament matches the way they started off this one, they're not working by the hour.
Like I said, they have been champions pretty much everywhere they've ever been except for CWF Mid-Atlantic. In pretty much every regional promotion on the circuit, the Outlaws have been champions. So if Michael McAllister is not on his game tonight, we're going to see new champs. Ooh!
And we just had a fist fight in the ring, but Matt Houston did tag in.
Red Jones is calling him in, but I think Lewis Moore and McAllister are still slugging it out. What? Double team here from the Outlaws. Nope, go behind. Into the midsection.
What do we got here?
Technically, wait, what do we have here? Sunset flip, German! Big combination, and finally Matt Houston is in. Drops the knee on McAllister. They got to get the big man in or we're going to have new champs.
And we saw an example of the ferocity there. I believe that's what Houston and Moore wanted from the outset, but McAllister fought him so bad they couldn't get it.
We have never seen the champions this vulnerable in the entirety of the time they have teamed together.
And this is a team that could pick you apart, Houston and Moore.
They may have broken the code here.
I think it's a case where everybody knows the code. It's just a matter of actually being able to do it.
McAllister is a tough individual. We've seen him survive so many wars here in CWF Mid-Atlantic. Oh boy. Precision on the suplex from Lewis. Cover. Two. We've seen him survive so many wars, but Cecil, I almost wonder if what we talked about, how they have been stampeding over everyone in minutes, I wonder if McAllister, maybe his wind is not as good as it was a few months ago. Big double team. 2 count. Mecha makes the save. This is the longest that McAllister has been isolated in any match since this team came together back in the fall here. This is the longest that he's had to endure. McAllister is really being tested. The champs are really being tested. Uh-oh.
He finally got that tag.
The big man is in. And look at the 440-pounder just go to work on Matt Houston.
And Mecha Mercenary is the definition of a game changer.
This is exactly what the challengers did not want to happen. Oh, God!
And that's the near 400 pounds standing right on the back of the neck.
The tide has turned back into more familiar territory now. Outlaws now will have to put together a game plan to topple the 440-pounder.
And we saw just a good 30 seconds of offense has Matt Houston just reeling. That's all it takes from the Mecha Mercenary.
Cover 2, and any cover can end the matchup. When you're getting clubbed by a 440-pounder, literally any cover can end the matchup. If you got 400 pounds leaning on you, laying on you, any cover can end the matchup. Is it a wise move to get McAllister back in after he took all that punishment, Cecil?
That I don't know, especially after seeing that, but Mecha Mercenary is a guy that, unfortunately, he kind of will get a little tired for beating people up.
Which takes me back to stamina. Do these guys have the stamina to survive wrestling 4 or 5 times over the course of 2 nights to potentially win this tournament?
Well, you know, that goes to, I was going to ask the layout of this tournament. You're going to have to wrestle at least twice a night on each night.
Double tag. Lewis Moore wisely avoids that huge clubbing clothesline. Mecha avoids Lewis, a big stomp right to the guts.
That looked a little questionable.
Oh boy. Ooh, good move from the challengers. They have done everything right to isolate Mecha.
They got him trapped in that corner.
10 big punches in the corner. Here comes McAllister. Now he gets run right into his own man. Challengers have got the champs reeling here.
And as far as I know, Mecha Mercenary is still the legal man, but a double boot to McAllister.
Is this the night we're finally going to see new champs? They avoid the big man again.
Go for that double whip.
Double tackle sends him through the ropes. Boy, Mecha is rocked on the outside. They got to wrap one of these guys up, man.
But he's still on his feet. And they're calling for that springboard moonsault, the Anaconda.
Oh, Moore just got posted hard on the floor. Here we go, Anaconda moonsault.
Oh, he got the knees.
Knees right in the sternum. The big man is still legal. Oh my God.
Black hole.
Oh God, crushed him in the sternum. And the champs have rallied to retain.
Eight minutes, 47 seconds. Your winners and still CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, Rage and the Machine. We are the Danger!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next bout tonight is scheduled for singles action, one fall, the 15-minute time limit. The first entrance making his way in through the front door of the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. Gibsonville, North Carolina, this is Dirty Zane Dawson!
Come on. I'll knock your head off the show. Get it, Zane! Talking to a man.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's the party tonight. Please welcome Donnie Dollars!
Come on, Gibsonville! You clap for that, Donnie, all you want to. It's like I've been doing everything else. I'm going to do the same thing to your favorite boy.
Joey, ring it. Joey.
Well, we talked about it being a night of heavyweight slugfest. Are there two more slugfest savvy heavyweights than Zane Dawson and Donnie Dollars? This one is not going to be pretty at all. Cecil Scott and Brad Stutts are in the booth. Both men, Cecil, really at the crossroads of their careers right now.
They really are. They've really. Oh, I'm trying to listen to Zane. Ooh. Yeah, both guys have come off of major issues. Zane Dawson with Shane Helms. Donnie, of course, ended that year-long feud with Nick Richards in the most gruesome match in CWF history.
That brutal dog collar match is available at ondemand.cwf247.com as part of the night of grudge matches.
And both guys are really looking at this as kind of a get back on track kind of match.
Well, Donnie is still riding the wave of that huge win in the dog collar match, but you know, it's kind of like the old stories that you hear about, oh my God, about war generals that have no more land to conquer, you know? Donnie Dollars' mission for the last year has been to vanquish Nick Richards, and now that he's done it, he's almost directionless as Donnie, now that he has finally put Richards down decisively.
Right, it's like, now what am I fighting for?
You know, we haven't seen Richards for a month until he showed up tonight to attack Chris Lee. Undeniably, we're going to see more on that situation down the road, but Donnie Dollars has been wrestling a full schedule. Cover here from Dollars on Dawson, only gets 2. You know, Donnie has continued to wrestle a full schedule in the aftermath of that brutal dog collar match. Richards pretty much went into hiding for the past month.
Donnie was even trying to get on that Ultra J show last week.
Well, that would have been a spectacle, I'm sure.
Right, you know, it's not unlike Donnie to not get the idea. He told me he's going to do a dive.
On the Ultra J show or tonight? I would not dive on Zane Dawson at all.
No, you will catch concrete.
Mm-hmm. Slugs away. You can see the pain on the face of Dawson.
Not being a little tongue-in-cheek, by the way. He didn't actually say that. Nice headbutt. And we just see just straight slugfest all night tonight. And Dawson, I've always compared him to Bruiser Brody, and this is a match Brody would have loved.
Undeniably so. Two big sluggers in there. God, big slam.
And you notice there's a little bit of, we were talking about Donnie being a little directionless, but there's some pep in his step.
Well, I think after you finally get that big victory, it's understandable to have that spring in your step. Donnie's, great move from Dawson, avoids the pump handle. Uh-oh, could be a lariat, heads up. No, he does not get the lariat.
He aimed a little high.
Oh, God, in the back of the head.
Northern lariat right in the back of the neck, in the back of the cranium.
Donnie Dollars is seeing stars on that one.
You know, and lariat to the back of the head, not nearly as aesthetically pleasing to the crowd, but I will tell you, it hurts like you would never believe. You actually lose vision for a good 5 to 10 seconds if you get caught in the right spot back there.
Yeah, Donnie might be on Dream Street right now, just trying to create some space between him and Dawson. Dawson, who recently defeated Adam Page in a contenders matchup to earn a future championship match against Shane Helms for the PWI Championship. Officials are working to sanction that match now.
He's been obsessed with Shane Helms for the better part of a year now.
And of course, we saw undeniably one of the most famous and most popular wrestlers on the planet make a shocking appearance at Battlecade and assist Shane Helms in retaining the title against Dawson. You can order Battlecade in its entirety at ondemand.cwf247.com to see what we're talking about, but Dawson has made friends absolutely nowhere. CWF Mid-Atlantic, ECPW out of Thomasville, Omega, which is coming up in Smithfield, North Carolina later this month. Zane Dawson has made enemies absolutely everywhere he has gone. This big, vicious, brutal brawler.
He wouldn't have it any other way.
No, you're right. He really wouldn't. Cover.
I saw a fan try to get in his face when he was coming to the ring, and that's the biggest mistake that fan could ever make, trust me.
Undeniably so. Dawson will flatten anybody, fan, grandmother, infant. He doesn't care. Dawson will flatten anybody.
And he's flattening Donnie Dollars right now. He's just straight mugging him in the ring.
Well, if that dog collar match, as you called it, the most gruesome match in CWF history, if that match taught us anything, it is that Donnie can survive a brutal beating. It is that Donnie can mount a big comeback after being just mauled, and he will need to put those skills into practice tonight against Dawson, because cover here from Dawson, good ring positioning, nowhere near the ropes. Joey Hogan says it was only 2, because there may be no one on the independent circuit today who mauls an opponent like Zane Dawson does.
No, and it makes me glad that I've always been kind of on the same side as him. He's a guy I've never really wanted to wrestle. But Donnie, we've seen him take punishment in many matches in the past. He's taken some brutal beatings. And like I said, he always finds a way to keep coming. I'll never forget that famous night where he and Corey Edsel won the tag team titles. And Donnie was isolated for so much of that match, and he showed so much heart.
Donnie, again, fighting through, firing away here on Dirty Zane Dawson, the #1 contender to the PWI Championship. Dawson avoids it and drills Donnie in the buckle.
And no finesse there. He just drove his whole body into Donnie Dollars' midsection.
You know, Dawson doesn't look like a great athlete, but he has gotten himself in phenomenal shape in the past couple of years. Dawson used to weigh in at well over 300 pounds. I think now he goes about maybe 235, 240.
Oh, absolutely. I remember first seeing him and his brother. They were both these big, mauling guys.
Boy, Donnie is just absolutely sending Dawson pillar to the post here.
Quite literally. And that was, I think...
Wait, Dawson just took the pad off the buckle there. I don't think Joey Hogan saw it.
Yeah, right off of that connector.
I don't think Donnie Dollars saw it either. Big slam from Donnie. Donnie is in the driver's seat here.
Big leg.
Drops the leg on him. Gonna go for the cover here. Only two.
And we're seeing what happens when you take all that punishment in the middle parts of a match. You're seeing Donnie slow to make covers.
Both men down. The next big offensive maneuver might win the bout here.
Yeah, but you're one big shot away. We're going to get a power slam, maybe a snake eyes.
Looks like it.
The answer.
Oh, drops him face first hard, but cannot make the cover. To your point, Cecil, he's just taking so much of a pounding. And Dawson now trying to create space between him and Dollars.
Donnie setting up that boot, though. This will do it.
No, Dawson successful in creating space between the two of them.
He knew it was coming.
Donnie mounting Dawson in the buckle and just raining down blows here. Oh God, Donnie Dollars' head hit that unprotected buckle. Good grief, right to the buckle. Dawson is on top. Donnie Dollars KO'd and Dawson wins it, but the top buckle is exposed.
Yeah, this is iron.
And Donnie Dollars went face first right into it. Donnie's hurt. Donnie is hurt and Dawson has won it.
I want you and everyone else to please, in the upcoming weeks, visit us online at CWF247.com because we are working very hard to sign a match for the month of March that will see Zane Dawson go one-on-one in this building, in that ring, against the Hurricane, Shane Helms. As soon as it is signed, it will be on CWF247.com. And Zane, we might even let you in the front door early that night.
I don't want to have nothing to do with this place, I swear. I come in here and do what I want. I come in here and beat up the people you like. Really? I beat up everybody you like. Tell your boyfriend to come outside and beat his ass too. Really? You can do it right here. This thing right here. I got a tape you out here for it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's not been obviously a single action. One fall. We'll bring it time. This one wild first. He is the current PLI International Ultra J Crown Champion, the head honcho, Trevor Lee.
bell sounds, and this one is many, many months in the making.
You're only washed up, you shake my hand. You show these people that you respect me. You show these people that I'm the man. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Yeah, you shake my hand. Oh, yeah.
Slaps Trevor Lee right in the face, and Trevor Lee is headed for the floor. Over a year ago, Converse took Trevor Lee, Chet Sterling, and their former partner Ben Tyler under their wings and really tried to groom them to be the next generation of the Aftermath. It did not really work out too well, as back at Madness in Any Direction last March, Trevor Lee, Chet Sterling, and Ben Tyler kicked Converse, Osiris, and Cross out of the group. Trevor would ultimately kick Ben Tyler out of the group.
Right, you know, the Aftermath now pretty much is Trevor and Chet. And, well, you know, he created the new generation of the Aftermath, just probably not the way he wanted.
Of course, Trevor and Chet, one of the teams that are entered in the huge two-night PWI Tag Team Tournament coming up at the end of the month, Friday night, February 28th, Saturday night, March the 1st, both nights right here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium in Gibsonville.
Nice takedown. And I haven't given a pick yet, but Trevor and Chet are my pick to win the tag tournament.
I'm pretty sure you picked Mecha and McAllister.
I don't remember that. Did they wrestle already?
I believe they did.
Trevor and Chet are going to win the tag team tournament. And I know Trevor's riding pretty high. He's confident right now, but you don't want to catch lip with Ric Converse.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, Trevor, of course, coming off of a career-defining match, a career-defining win. I say a company-defining match. And, you know, he's confident right now, but Ric Converse is the franchise of CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Undeniably so. Really, it goes all the way back to Battlecade a year ago, like Converse alluded to. 13 months ago, when the dissension in the Aftermath really started, it came to a head last March. And, you know, so many times during that 65-minute classic between Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, so many times during that match we referenced National Pro Wrestling Day last year when Trevor Lee's jaw was broken. His partner on that night was Ric Converse.
Absolutely. And Rick, I think, is just having a little fun with Trevor right now.
Now watch that ankle pick, though. It'll take down a man twice your size.
Well, Trevor does have the quickness advantage. He has the youth advantage. But there's really no substitute for that experience.
No.
Oh, and we saw it there.
Huge clothesline. Trevor Lee goes flying. Converse is only a few years shy of his 20th anniversary in wrestling. I want to say he's at something like 15 or 16 years as a pro.
I believe he debuted in '99.
Trevor Lee, a mere 20 years old.
Right. As a point of reference, he was 5 when Ric Converse made his pro wrestling debut.
Big move right there as Chase Dakota made sure Converse did not eat that big punt kick from Trevor Lee.
And I just made myself feel really old.
And conspicuous by his absence is Trevor Lee's partner in the Aftermath, Chet Sterling, here tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm not sure if it's a case where he's wrestling in another town tonight or if he just has the night off.
I would want him here by my side if I was Trevor Lee, particularly now that Converse has got his best friend, I guess, Chase Dakota.
His life mate.
His life mate, Chase Dakota, okay.
Oh!
Good Lord, caught Converse unprepared for the drop kick, and the 6-time former Mid-Atlantic champ is hurting in the corner.
Oh, and we heard it earlier. I mean, he cut the cake at Chase Dakota's birthday party.
I don't know if that's true.
He did the pinata and all of that.
I don't know if that's true.
Chase said it's true.
Trevor Lee, big backbreaker on the 6-time former Mid-Atlantic champ.
And it looked like he jammed up his own knee doing that. We saw that at Battlecade. He did it to Arik Royal and jammed up the knee.
Great cover there from Trevor Lee. We don't often talk about covers, but that was a great one. All his body weight was on top of Converse.
Right, and Trevor Lee, that's a very underrated part of his game. He really knows how to focus his body weight on those pin attempts. And like you said, it's something we really don't draw enough attention to. I feel like that was a big part of his success when he wrestled Lee Valiant back in August.
Trevor Lee trying to grind Converse down. 20-minute time limit on this bout.
Yeah, which means that you got to get it done.
Right. He will not have the ability of extending the match to 65 minutes like he did Andrew Everett last week when there was no time limit. And, you know, we've talked about that match a couple of times, C-Bear. What do you think Trevor Lee's wind, his cardiovascular conditioning is going to be like? Cover here, hang on. Only got two, you know, just a week after going 65 minutes with Everett. You know, undeniably, this guy's in the gym every single day. But, you know, you got to be beat up after a 65-minute wrestling match. Cover again from Trevor Lee. Even 7 days later, he can't be 100%, can he?
Well, as a point of reference, it typically takes a good 2 to 3 days just to get over a standard 15 to 20-minute wrestling match. So multiply that by 3. You know, if you just want some crude math, you know, you don't get over a 65-minute match in a couple of days.
Chase Dakota is cheerleading at ringside.
And look, he's got the fans behind Ric Converse. Looking out for him.
Converse fires away at the man who usurped the aftermath from underneath him. Great move from Trevor Lee. Carellin lift, bam!
And Rick tried to go dead weight. He tried to lowball it, and Trevor, man, just muscled him right up.
Trevor Lee too strong.
And Trevor Lee, man, this guy, it seems like there's magic every time he gets in this ring. You know, like him or not, he brings out the best in guys. Maybe it's just because he's so unlikable. Seems like everybody fights a little hard just to try to beat Trevor Lee. And he's just slobbering all over Ric Converse's face.
To be more gross than Ryan Zane is a real accomplishment, I feel.
I have found nothing wrong with Ryan Zane. He's a breath of fresh air.
Trevor taking Converse to the ropes.
And those big, heavy legs of Trevor Lee.
You know, I dare insinuate that this is normally where we would see Chet Sterling get involved, as we saw Nick Richards get involved earlier. But Chet Sterling, nowhere to be found.
No, he's very, very conspicuous by his absence. Like you said, it'd be very unlike Trevor Lee to give him the night off.
Trevor Lee yelling at referee Charles Richardson.
Oh, my God. He headbutted him right in the face.
You heard the smack of bone and flesh.
And Rick might be out. He kind of had that out on his feet kind of look. And this is in stark contrast to the wrestling we saw last week. Trevor just kind of brawling with Ric Converse. Oh, right in the eyes.
Trevor Lee wrestles so smart. He has said it before. Oh, God, he got Chase Dakota on the floor.
Chase in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Trevor Lee, 20 years old, wrestles like a 20-year vet, but the veteran Converse is the one who avoided that big kick, and now Converse is slugging away at the head honcho. We heard it earlier tonight. Converse said, if you want to be the head honcho, you've got to go through me. Side Russian, he has not gone through the former 6-time champ yet.
No, and oddly enough, ever since that split, this is, if I recall, the first one-on-one match.
Yeah, they met over the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships over the summer before Converse and Osiris got tied up with the All-Stars for months on end. Like we said earlier tonight, kind of a situation where the issue was never really resolved. Both men's careers took different paths, and they never came back together until tonight. How appropriate that this issue be addressed finally at end of an era.
Yeah, that's kind of the theme of the night. And we saw that really smart move a moment ago. Trevor Lee popped that rope in the eye of Ric Converse. Sky high!
Good Lord, Trevor was in the lights on that sky high.
Man, he really meant it when he wanted to go sky high on that one.
Crowd is calling for the Richter scale. Cover from Converse. 2, 2, 2, 2.
Pretty strong kick out. And the fans want to see the Richter scale. And I think we're seeing the 65 minutes starting to catch up with Trevor Lee.
You never know, man. This guy's in such great shape. He's such a phenomenal athlete. Got to give the devil his due.
But like I said last week, there's a point where the body just stops. Oh, almost a DDT right on his own knee.
Great move from Converse. I think we're going to see the Richter scale right now. No, Trevor Lee avoids it and kicks Converse right behind the ear. That will knock a man out.
Man, that's a soft spot right behind that ear. Almost a twisting Gamengiri style kick.
Both men down now.
Wonderful job avoiding the Richter scale.
The knee pad is down. We could see the kill shot knee strike that won him both falls in that 2 out of 3 falls match a week ago. Converse avoids it. Chase Dakota trips him up. Converse, shoulders are down.
Gato clutch.
And he got him. Great move from Converse to leave with the victory here and put down one of the hottest prospects on the independent circuit today.
49 seconds. Pinball. Ric Converse.
Go ahead, head honcho. Get out of here. Come on. That's good. Come on, Rick.
I see a few of them scattered around, but right now officially I want to call all referees to the ring, please. Now, we have certainly never done anything like this. We have never sanctioned a farm fight. So, we thought that it might be fitting to call in someone who might have the authority and the know-how of how to handle a farm fight. So, please help me welcome our special guest referee,
You like my wig? My leg, what was that? My wig pretty, ain't it?
all right, this one will be no disqualification. Full count anywhere. Round off, let's introduce team number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the ring, Smoove and Weston!
We got a fight.
We have a fight indeed. It's the first ever Virginia farm fight. Anything goes and falls will count anywhere. We have never seen a setup like this in CWF Mid-Atlantic. We've got hay bales, a pitchfork, we've got boards. This ringside area is a mess.
I tell you, and I think me and Nicky are going to roll around in that hay later.
Oh my Lord.
But enough of the ha-ha, we got a damn fight. And Bobby O'Neill had that cowbell, we got a dive!
Oh God, Weston nearly overshot Evan Banks on the floor. Almost a crash and burn.
I'm trying to look at all the stuff out here. I got bales of hay, there's plywood, there's a goat.
There's not a goat.
Oh, that was the Chiba mask, I'm sorry. I could have sworn I seen a goat.
Well, of course, the issue between these two teams started back in August when Smith and Weston became only the second team in Mid-Atlantic history to defeat the Killbillies. And ever since then, Cecil, they have undeniably had the Killbillies number.
Oh, watch Aric Andrews. There's a big man to be going up top.
The southpaw is going to fly here onto all three men.
Took out his whole partner. And there's been an issue with Aric Andrews trying to get Evan Banks to take things a bit more serious. He better take this one serious.
Yeah, and really it's the challenge of Smith and Weston, perpetually the challenge that they have had that has really put the Killbillies almost at odds with each other for the first time. You know, tag team champions for over a year, and really one of the most decorated teams we've ever seen. They were undefeated for 11 months. Their first year as a team, they spent not quite a year, but something like 9 or 10 months they spent as Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions. So these guys work together as a team, possibly better than any duo we've ever seen. And that big board says Smith.
Oh, God. I wonder who that's for. But I've always said that you never know where you stand until you're faced with adversity. It's easy to be friends, easy to be in a good mood when you're on top. They face some adversity, and now there's a few cracks, but I think a match like this could bring them back together. And now we got a fight over here right in front of us, and they're migrating over towards that board and all these bales of hay. Aric Andrews back up. And everything's kind of congregated on this side of the ring. We've got a bit of a traffic jam over here, to be honest.
We should call Chris Lee.
Or would it be a tractor jam in this case?
It would absolutely be a tractor jam.
That sounds pretty dirty now that I think about it.
Well, thankfully, we've got the officials all over.
Oh, I think Weston got some of that hay in his eyes. You ever rolled around in the hay, Brad Stutts?
No, sir. I can't say that I have. Well, fortunately, the official Rob McBride here knows a great deal about fighting on farms, and even more easily, he doesn't have a lot to do tonight.
No, which is great for him.
No math involved, thankfully.
Right, we do have other officials just in case things get hairy and he has to count above 2.
I believe that one says KN, presumably for Killbilly Nation.
I would have never deduced that.
That's what they call the 240 plus that file into the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium and support the Killbillies, the Killbilly Nation.
I think I need to try to get a ticket to one of these farm fights one time.
You want to get in the next one, perhaps?
I'm retired.
Fight on the floor here. Smith and Weston have got Aric Andrews. People are going to have to stay back here. Oh, God, his head went right through that board.
Man.
And Smith and Weston are standing tall. Andrews is hurt. Banks is down.
And there's no telling where all the splinters and everything went.
Aric Andrews is hurt bad on the outside. Bobby O'Neill is tending to him. And this is bad luck for Evan Banks, who it looks like is going to have to go it alone here.
But if he can do something here with Weston before Smith gets back in the ring, he might have a chance.
Smith is looking for plunder somewhere.
And this is one of the few times he hasn't been trying to show off his abs. He came to fight. He realizes the importance of a match like this.
Aric Andrews is barely moving on the floor.
And a nice, beautiful suplex. Beautiful suplex. Yeah, very beautiful suplex in the ring.
Yeah, great technical wrestling here in the farm fight.
I really lost track of my words there for a moment. Oh! And what is Smith doing over there?
Looks like he may have a steel chair.
It's all legal. Two chairs. And Evan Banks trying his best to go ahead and put Weston away, but couldn't quite do it before Smith got back in the ring.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he ducked.
Banks saw it. Banks is having to survive here without his partner. Aric Andrews is hurting on the floor.
Oh, what do we got here? Two chairs stacked up. What in the world?
Killbillies are trying to exorcise the demons of Smith and Weston here.
Superman punch!
Boy, these guys work so well as a team.
Oh, on the chair.
Oh, cover. McBride is right there. 1, 2. Only 2 from the Boogie Woogie Man.
And Boogie quick to make that cover, make that count.
First cover of the matchup.
And Aric Andrews still trying to recover at ringside.
He went head first through that board on the outside and into the ring, into the edge of the ring and the grating, the metal that's underneath the ring, the frame of the ring.
Right, it's straight iron.
Andrews favoring the shoulder, favoring that knee.
And he's back in the game, though. Not a moment too soon. He's favoring a little bit of everything.
Oh, board to the back.
Man, another one. Ah! And I think we're all on board with this.
Really?
I couldn't help it.
Really? Crowd gave Charlie Weston the thumbs down and was calling for one more.
Ah!
Woo! He just unloaded on Aric Andrews. Look at the fire on the face of Charlie Weston.
Weston took 2 or 3 shots of that board and then just came alive with that chair shot.
Weston is firing away on Aric Andrews on the floor.
Weston, the fire of this Smith & Weston team. And we got another board set up in the ring. We got Smith, Garrett, and Evan Banks going at it.
Fires away with the chair.
Man, we're trying to keep up with everything here. Now a pinfall can happen at either point. It can happen outside the ring.
Evan avoids it.
Whoa.
Smith Garrett avoids it.
Oh!
Club to the back of the head from Banks. Banks is looking around for his partner. Andrews is up on the floor, maybe in the best shape we've seen him in ever since that big dive. Cover here from Banks in the ring. Only 2.
And Weston looks like he's kind of been laid to waste out here. Suplex on the floor.
He's trying to hold him up in that delayed vertical. I don't know if the knee will support it. He is walking around the ring with Weston.
Man, just dropped him right on the floor. And now, if I'm them, I've got to get back in the ring, help his partner out.
Well, falls count anywhere, so we could see the pinfall happen. Oh, God!
Belly to belly overhead right to that board.
Look at the look on Smith Garrett's face, my God!
That may have been the move of the match.
Smith Garrett going for the win here. 1, 2. Ooh. Only 2 Killbillies have never defeated Smith & Weston. And if Smith & Weston hit many more big moves like that, they will not do it here tonight.
No, Evan Banks, that was not a strong kick out. I think he's rolling him back in the ring. I think I would have tried to double up on somebody, but hey, they're former tag champs. I'm sure they've got a game plan here.
Aric Andrews looks like he may have that cowbell in his left hand.
Right in the noggin, man.
That'll split a man open.
Yeah, we've seen that plenty of times in the past. Cowbell matches, guys get split wide open.
Well, the intensity of all four men in this thing is off the charts.
And Weston can't stay in the ring to save his life. And now Evan Banks going out with him, and we got a cover.
Ooh, that was the closest fall of the bout right there. The closest near fall of the contest.
And I think if he could have got a quicker cover after that cowbell shot, he might have had him there. And we saw at the start of this match, everybody full of fire. Now things have just slowed to a crawl.
Well, these guys have taken so much abuse and so much punishment. But Aric Andrews is looking to take another chance here. Are you crazy?
I don't know if I like this move. Oh, he clipped the leg.
Good move.
That leg's been bothering him the whole match.
It was a good move from Weston to clip that leg. Never seen anything like a Virginia farm fight here in CWF Mid-Atlantic. Inverted atomic drop. Weston hurting on the floor. Aric Andrews is still caught up in the ropes inside the ring.
Well, he's getting those chairs.
He's got two chairs together.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Neck breaker. Oh, my God. One of the most dangerous things I've ever seen in my life.
That chair came up on its end.
Good God, that's it. Send this one home. 1, 2, and for no, Aric Andrews kicks it too. My God.
Man, that was one of the...
Tornado DDT into the chair, no. Oh my God, into the edge of the ring.
That neck breaker on the chair is so dangerous. Everything in this match is dangerous. Oh, no, 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 no.
Right into the chair, his face hit hard.
And that was a 3-foot drop.
These guys are leaving everything in the ring in the first ever Virginia farm fight. Everything in the ring and all around ringside for that matter.
And this is just a war.
Everyone down.
There's just bodies all over the place. And Bobby O'Neill looks worried about his guys. I think he wants this thing to be over just as much as anybody.
Killbillies are showing how much this win means to them.
Oh, chop block on the floor.
Boy, Smith Garrett, like him or not, has wrestled smarter than anyone else in this bout. Like him or not, Smith Garrett has wrestled smarter than anyone else in this bout. Well, he's taken the least abuse, and he has dished out a ton of abuse.
Right, the guy who goes out of his way not to get beat up usually is the most effective in a match like this. Smith doesn't want to get his face beat up. And man, now Evan Banks is favoring his leg after that chop block.
Everyone has just taken so much abuse.
Oh. And not a lot of zip on a lot of this. The fatigue is set in. It's just desperation fighting right now. Now we got Evan Banks with a chair. No, the board from Smith Garrett.
Banks trying to help his partner up. I dare say no one has taken as much abuse in this thing as Aric Andrews has.
I mean, if there's a close second, it would be Evan Banks.
Oh, wow, that chair into his face.
And Banks got that chair in the face and got his partner back up. Are they going to try to go ahead and double team him here, try to put this away?
They're going to need to put one of these two young men away.
They need to focus on one guy. Now we got both Killbillies, both sides of the ring. We got Banks trying to get Smith Garrett here. Charlie Weston going out in the lobby. And I'll apologize if I can't call this stuff in the lobby right now.
Yeah, they are going out into the lobby. Very dangerous situation.
But we still got Smith and Eric Andrews out here in the corral area. Oh.
It looked like a chair or a table rather got turned over in the lobby. They are fighting right by the CWF Mid-Atlantic emblem.
Yeah, we have a table in the lobby that's used for photos and things like that, and it looks like they just wiped it out. They're going towards the merch table and coming back this way.
Banks goes into the chairs.
Man, he just kind of snapped at him right into those chairs. And at the same time, Eric Andrews he's got Smith Garrett on the other side of the ring.
Everyone down here.
I apologize if I seem kind of out of it. It's kind of hard to call all of this.
Action all over the building.
And it's been a case where no team can really kind of double up on the other.
This rivalry that has gone on for months and months undeniably looks like it will reach its climax tonight in this Virginia farm fight.
Yeah, we finally got somebody back in the ring.
Banks and Weston in the ring.
Oh, right in the back. Andrews and Smith Garrett are coming back, and it looks like Andrews is calling for something. And I think we're finally going to get that double team, and I think this would do it if they could get something here.
Calling for chairs here.
Oh, no. What in the world? It's Smith Garrett. He's got the foot of Evan Banks.
Side Russian? No.
He's trying to rush and leg sweep him onto that chair.
Weston trying to avoid it at all costs. Out of the chair, got caught. Cover, 1, 2, no.
He just barely rolled that shoulder up, and I think it's more of a case where Banks couldn't hold the cover. Nothing pretty here, but he did catch a bit of that spear. Smith Garrett getting back in the ring, and it looks like Banks trying to get that board.
Big knee trembler from Andrews. All three Killbillies now raising that huge board into the ring.
The one with Smith Garrett's name on it.
Ominous is that board. Like you said, it is as if they have designed this for his destruction. And I do believe this is the first time we've ever seen hay bales introduced into a CWF Mid-Atlantic ring.
This is leaving a mess. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a bale of hay in a wrestling ring.
We are seeing it for the first time as part of this Virginia farm fight.
And what kind of contraption are they trying to set up here?
Hay bales in the ring. Both Smith and Weston are down.
They're just getting all these... Man, we're going to be cleaning this up all night.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not either. I'm needed here.
Very much so.
But I kind of think I know where they're going with this.
It's not going to be pretty. I can guarantee that. Oh, boy. We've got a makeshift table that's been set up.
Oh.
Banks. Keep an eye on Banks here. What are we going to see, Sea-Bear?
Oh, no. What in the world on the apron?
Oh, my God. Through the boards and everything on the floor. Oh, God.
Powerbomb, apron, floor. And it sounded like, well, it looked like he went through another one of those boards. And now there were two.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see much from Weston, ow, or from Evan Banks for the rest of the night.
Evan Banks went for broke on that power bomb. Now, will it be Smith Garrett? Will it be Eric Andrews?
Yeah, we are definitely down to one-on-one. I got a feeling that Banks and Weston are both going to need to be helped to the back after that one. And what is Smith Garrett thinking here?
The wheels are turning.
We have often talked about how Smith Garrett wrestles conservatively. He lets Weston take the big chances. He lets Weston take the bulk of the abuse. Are we seeing Smith Garrett now, for the first time, put his career on the line?
We're going to see. This is the first big chance he's taken tonight.
We talked about how smartly he has wrestled throughout this contest. No!
Oh!
We will never know what he had in mind.
Well, I know what he's got in mind right now. And what in the world? Is he going to try a superplex?
Oh my God! This is dangerous!
I would not want to be Smith Garrett right now.
Oh God! Through everything! And Andrews wins it! The Killbillies survive the first ever Virginia farm fight! My God!
And ladies and gentlemen, your winners by pinfall, the Killbillies! I need all the staff to the ring, please. Staff to the ring. Hey, Charles, go.
I don't know what you're supposed to say after that, but the Killbillies have just put an end to Smith and Weston. Eric, you got something to say?
Tonight was an end of an era. It was the end of an era of the Killbillies' cold streak. Now in 2 weeks, we're going to this tag team tournament, and we're going to win it. And then, we're getting our belts back. And we're going to do it for all of you.
But before we leave here tonight, we'd like to remind you to get you some!
Someone get the other pretty. Get the.
Ratings, bring the ring. Let's go.
Good work, hey! God.
Hey, when you guys get finished, there's a car outside that needs a washing and waxing too. You're doing such a good job of cleaning up. The ratings are through the roof. MLB TV trying to get me to come and do a show for them. CNN, Fox Sports. But you know what? I said I want to come to Gibsonville, CWF Mid-Atlantic. I'm going to keep the coach's corner in the hot seat going because it was so great last time. And tonight,
I got two special guests. We got a lot of questions that need to be answered. So let's bring out my first guest. Former heavyweight champion, former tag team champion, former TV champion, Lee Valiant. Lee, I appreciate you coming out on my show. There's some important questions that need to be answered. The fans want to know, and so do I. Because I'm going to ask the questions I want to. Nobody's going to tell me what I can and cannot say. I'm here to tell the truth, no matter how hard it might be. So let's bring out my next guest, the Kamikaze Kid. I got chairs. You can sit down. I know you guys aren't really on the best of terms right now, but we want to get it worked out right here. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling the truth. I'm not gonna be out here trying to sugarcoat stuff or make fun of somebody because I don't like them, like they're doing at the Olympics, trying to make Russia sound like it's some third world country. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and the truth is, I hate the Kamikaze Kid. I'm not gonna hide that fact, but I can still find out the truth.
I don't like you either.
Yeah, I hate you too. So.
There you go, Kazi.
So, Kazi, what I want to know is, why can you not get along with Lee Valiant?
Because he sucks. Jealous.
What do you say? I like that. Why can't you get along with him?
We need 3 mics.
First off, when Brad asked me to do this last week, I agreed to do it. Now, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I don't regret a damn thing that I've done to you. Any of it. But the past is the past, and I've moved on. So, no problems, bro. No problems at all.
You moved on. Moved on. See, he sounds like a grown man. That's a grown man. Shut up. So you've moved on.
I don't need this now. I'm going to do it. I don't need it.
Well, that's very, very big of you. But I haven't moved on. So I don't care when it is. I don't care if it's right now, next show, a month from now. I want to whoop your ass. Hey, this is a friend. Hey, do y'all want to see us fight?
Well, honestly, I've never cared really what they think. We don't care. It's time I start doing things for me, Kazi. I don't care what they want or when they want it. I think me and you need to go back and talk this out. They don't need to see all this.
You said all you care about is Lee Valiant. That's the same Lee Valiant that came here in 2011 and messed this whole thing up. It's the same 2011. It's the same Lee Valiant in 2014. Alright? So, these people want to see us fight. They don't care about going in the back and talking. They don't care about Coach's little BS show. They care about 2 people fighting. That's all they care about. Well, let's make something clear. This is my show. This is my time, and you're a guest in my show. So if there's any fighting going on, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this, because fans have important questions that need to be answered. And the way I see it, Kazi, is you're just trying to make yourself important again by teaming with Lee Valiant. Lee Valiant, who went to the finals of the Weaver Cup. And where were you?
He won the tag team titles. You were riding on his back so you could be on top. Yeah, a lot like Dusty Rhodes used to do. Put himself with whoever's the best guy out there so he can still make the bigger paychecks. That's what you are. Your time is come and gone. And this is the future right here. It's Lee Valley. Where's Little Jimmy? Little Jimmy, do you have a question for these people? Come on, I know you know a lot about wrestling. You're up the fan, say, I want fan input. Come on, Jimmy, ask a question. Ask anything you want to ask. I'm gonna hold it. It's my show.
Yeah, you hold up your show.
Ask him if you want Chris Collins.
Ask him if you want.
Lee, why are you saying the Fight Club?
Yeah.
Why are you scared?
Thank you. Thank you.
Really? Just a month ago I had you getting your feet out the palm of my hand. Now you're going to ask me why I'm scared?
Yeah.
I've proven it since I have been here in this company. I ain't scared of a damn person. But I'm a better man. I walked away from this place. I came back a better man. I don't need this. I don't need you. You need me. I will leave this place again.
So you're going to take your stuff and walk down 62 just like Chris Collins did? You know what? It doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter what you say. All that matters is what you people want.
Cheap shot! Cheap shot!
You're a sellout!
Huh? Is this what you wanted? Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight?
Cheap shot!
Well, you got me from behind.
Lee's a coward!
God damn it, Lee! Yeah.
Come on, man.
Show. Don't forget it! That's why you suck! You suck! Cheap shot!
Cheap shot!
Ago, I lost the CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Arik Royal is by far the best Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion we've ever had. If you make it past February 15th with that championship, you beat my record, but you haven't beaten me yet. I want to see if I still got it. I've busted my tail for the last 8 months to get in the best physical condition of my life. And I want one more opportunity at that Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship.
13 months, 25 days, for that long, nobody can stop you. That was 2003, homie. This is 2014. You want one more shot to save your streak.
I don't want you to walk in February 15th and take me lightly. Because if you do, you'll wake up February 16th. Without that title. I want me Smoove.
He's on sign for you. It's going to be either Nero one way or another
Either your streak is over, or you become the new Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion.
Tonight!
Just do some wrestling! Some wrestling! Some wrestling! Our main event of the evening is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, the longest reigning champion in CWF history at 420 days. Tonight, he aims to secure his place in CWF history. This is Dangerous E. Corey Edsel! And his opponent, the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion on day 413 of his historic reign. Tonight, he makes defense number 19 of the Mid-Atlantic Championship. This is Arik Royal!
New champ! New champ! New champ! New champ! Corey's gonna be the new champion. Straight in tonight. You the man, Corey.
Make no mistake, this is the main event. Brad Stutts and Cecil Scott are in the booth, and Cecil, I don't know if we have ever had a match with a big fight atmosphere like what we are seeing right now.
I really don't think you could ever think of a main event that is more appropriate of the term than we have right now. This is what I think of when I think of a heavyweight title.
Undeniably, Edsel, the most dominant Mid-Atlantic champion of all time, held the championship from November 2002 through the end of December 2003. 420 days as champion, 9 successful title defenses. Back in the day when we ran a lot fewer, a much lighter schedule, Arik Royal at 413 days as champion tonight makes his 19th defense of the championship, but we have never had a champion that defended that belt like Arik Royal has.
No, not at all. And Arik Royal is going to find himself in a very unfamiliar place right now. He is the smaller man for probably the first time in his title reign. And so far, Corey Edsel is keeping it a wrestling match. I think he's trying to show who the experienced veteran is here.
Of course, Edsel has dropped a tremendous amount of weight, gotten himself in tremendous condition for this high-stakes title match. I struggled for a minute to think of something that would be even bigger, because to call it high stakes almost does not seem fitting enough. This is the highest stakes of any match Edsel will ever have in his professional career.
Right, and it goes a lot deeper than the title. I mean, this is, and make no mistake, it's not just about Corey Edsel trying to protect his record. It is a lot more than that. This is Corey Edsel trying to reclaim his place at the top, not just of CWF, but of Mid-Atlantic wrestling. Corey Edsel dominated for over a decade, and there's a new generation now. And this is Corey Edsel trying to reclaim his spot.
That's exactly right. That new generation epitomized by the flag bearer of CWF Mid-Atlantic, Arik Royal. Of course, both these men much heavier in the early days of their career. Back when Edsel was the champion, he often weighed in at well over 400 pounds.
I wrestled him last year. He was close to 500. I mean, he got very big, and for his own health, for his own safety, he has dropped, like you said, just an immense amount of weight, got himself in a tremendous condition, not just for pro wrestling, but for life.
Something like 200 pounds, I think Edsel has dropped in the past 12 to 18 months. Gotten himself into what he says is the best shape of his life. But Cecil Scott, can that possibly be true with 10 plus years of a grueling schedule on your knees, your elbows, your neck, your back, your joints, your head? Edsel has suffered several concussions along the way. No matter how much weight you drop, no matter how much time you spend in the gym, can you possibly be in the best shape of your life after having 10 years of grueling heavyweight matches under your belt?
As far as the bones and the joints and all of that go, probably not. Cardiovascular-wise, yeah, I would say so. But it's kind of a double-edged sword. As we just saw with that shoulder tackle, he dropped all that weight 2 years ago. He would not have been dropped with a shoulder tackle.
And now he drops the champ with one. Edsel giving a look. Pace is quickening here. I gotta think the quicker pace favors Royal. Cover, only got 2 on it.
Undoubtedly. I mean, a grinding pace is what Corey Edsel wants. He is a high-impact, very Japanese-influenced heavyweight style. A fast-paced style is gonna favor Arik Royal, no doubt. He's not a whole lot of years younger, but wrestling years, he is much younger.
Yeah, shockingly, Royal is only a year or 2 younger than Edsel, but as similar as they are also so different. Their careers took completely different paths. Corey Edsel came into the sport as a 14 and 15-year-old kid when local promoters saw how quickly this big man could move, how agile he was on his feet. Local promoters rushed him into the ring. They could not get him trained as a wrestler fast enough to exploit his talents. Arik Royal, a military man, got into the sport relatively late in his life. He was already in his mid-20s when he got into the sport. Edsel got in at 15.
Oh my.
And that really could be the difference, is all those years, cover from the champ, all those years, all that wear and tear on the body of Dangerous E could really be the difference here. Like you said, Cecil, Arik only a year or 2 younger in actual life, but in time spent in the sport, they are worlds apart.
Right, you couldn't ask for it'd be like a 40-year-old, looking at a 20-year-old kid, if you want to put it in that perspective.
I tell Corey that all the time. We both drop kick, caught the champ, dazed him, sends him through the ropes. Champ was not expecting that big drop kick from the challenger.
He didn't quite get all of it. I think it was enough to really surprise Arik Royal, and it looks like, as you mentioned before, that knee Corey Edsel might be giving him a little trouble there.
I've known Corey most of my life. We both broke into the sport as teenagers, and he tells me all the time, I feel younger than I've ever felt. I feel better than I've ever felt. To your point, Cecil, with all these miles on my body, I feel like a 40-year-old.
You and me both, brother, but...
Edsel swears up and down he feels 20 years old, but will his body last? Will his body betray him if this thing goes 15, 20, 25 minutes? Will he be able to withstand what no other challenger has been able to withstand, and that is the onslaught of Arik Royal?
Could be, but wrestling history is littered with stories of the old veterans that people thought were past their prime, that thought they were past it, and still found lightning in a bottle. They found one more run. You think of Hulk Hogan in 2002, where people thought he was done and he had that memorable run. Can Corey Edsel find that kind of lightning in a bottle? You know, you think of somebody like a Jumbo Ceruto or a Hogan or Flair later in life. Do they have that extra, that one more run?
As we have touched on, dangerous to see Corey Edsel, not an old man. I believe he's 1 year younger than me. He's only 29 years old. But like I said, so many years, so many miles on that body. He avoids the champ.
Oh, great move.
Champ. Oh, God, you heard the thud, the smack on the floor, and the champion might be hurt. Referee Red Jones is going to check. A big break for Edsel there as he sends the champ crashing to the floor.
And Corey Edsel, you can tell the wear and tear is kind of getting to him, and it's just the look of a man holding on to his spot in the world. You can tell everything in life is riding on his back right now in this match. But about what you said, he feels younger than ever. You know the old saying, you're as young as you feel.
Crowd here very split.
Well, you got to remember, they've been watching Corey Edsel here in CWF for upwards of 15 years now.
The big man does not want to win it on a countout. He will win or lose in the ring.
And there's that drop kick proper.
He got him right on the button there.
You know, let's be honest about it. It wasn't that long ago where we thought Corey Edsel might be done as an active pro wrestler. It was a couple of years ago where we really thought he was winding down. And just for him to be in this spot, to beat a very competent young rookie in Manny Garcia a few weeks ago. And Arik Royal still fresh enough and enough weight to block that suplex. Oh man, a hard whip there. And so far, Corey Edsel, we got a big,
could be the backdrop driver. No, Arik Royal knows he cannot let that backdrop driver happen.
Now, one of the most dangerous moves, Spine Buster!
Drilled him right in the center of the ring. Gibsonville, 240 strong, came up on the Spine Buster, but Edsel cannot make the cover.
I've been on the other end of that Edsel Spine Buster before.
The question of the bout, the question of every Arik Royal title defense is, can the challenger withstand the onslaught that Arik Royal brings? So far, none have. Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, Matty De Niro, Zane Dawson, Ray Kandrack, Chet Sterling, Manny Garcia, among the challengers that have lined up in the past 413 days that Arik Royal has knocked down.
But he has not faced anybody with the kind of seasoning and experience of a Corey Edsel.
Edsel trying to take the champ to the floor here. Royal elbowing out.
One thing Edsel is great at is making somebody wrestle his pace. Oh, he tripped him.
Royal takes a hard tumble to the floor.
And Corey Edsel's not just a bruiser, he is an intelligent wrestler. I mean, you've known him longer than I have. I've been in the ring with him enough to know that he is as smart as anybody.
I want to say I've known Corey since 1997 or 1998 when we were 13 and 14 years old. So over half of my adult life.
And Corey Edsel really has this in a good place right now. He's got a grinded out pace going. They're gonna bring him in hard way.
Ooh, Champ trying to get out. No! Took the challenger down. Aric is not letting Corey have any of his big offensive maneuvers. Could not let him have the backdrop driver. Oh my God! Oh! Belly to back! And the challenger is down and hurt. Champ is on top. 2-2.
Couldn't get a whole lot of weight on that shoulder, but he had the right idea. Corey Edsel still trying to shut out whatever's bothering him right now. You can tell something's hurt on him. I think it's still that leg.
Royal making his 19th defense of the championship right now. If he lives to see a 20th title defense, then the era that ended tonight will be that of Corey Edsel's legendary record. If this is the last night for Arik Royal as champion, then it will be his era that has ended here in this huge title fight.
Screw!
The champ is on top of the challenger here.
We got a figure 4 leg lock?
Yes, we do.
That's a big old legs to get in that figure 4. And now we got a cover? Does the desperation set in for Corey Edsel?
We talked about the concentration earlier in the tag team championship match. Edsel's concentration will have to be keen. He cannot leave those shoulders on the canvas. Red Jones is right there with the count. We have seen it happen over the years. Guys lose their concentration and get beat in a flash.
That's right. I remember Barry Windham lost the NWA title with that exact same moment. He lost concentration in a figure 4 and got counted out.
It is clear what the fans have come to see. This heavyweight title fight. Edsel grabbing a hold of referee Red Jones. Red has got to do his job in there.
And Edsel trying to pull Arik Royal and get to the ropes. And I knew Arik Royal would have to wrestle a different kind of match than he wrestled against Trevor Lee. He has adapted well.
He's got to break the hold. Red Jones has got to pull them apart. Putting a count on the champion.
That's a little salty by Aric. He knew what he was doing, though. He knew he had that count. And he'd go right back to that leg.
Arik Royal wants to maintain his potentially record-setting title reign. Oh, good Lord. We will see aggression from the champion. We have seen it in all 18 previous title defenses.
And that's what Arik Royal brings in spades. That's why to this day I have not picked against him in a title defense. I always say you have to beat the champion for me to want to pick against him. And Edsel heading up. I have seen him use a splash from the middle rope.
Misawa, oh!
He went for that Misawa frog splash.
Did not get it. And Edsel is hurting in the ring.
He kind of, I don't know if that was a well-advised move.
Champ going to the top rope. Unusual for the champion. Oh, no water in the pool on the cross body block. The veteran presence of Dangerous Z would not allow him to hit that crossbody block.
He knew enough, he knew where he was well enough to get out of the way. But I think Corey also had one of those moments where he realized it's not 2005 anymore. Ooh, he likes the punches.
Beautiful. He is drilling the champ.
Oh. And that big haymaker right hand, he studies a lot of George Foreman just to learn the form on those punches.
You talk about George Foreman, he made an incredible comeback and became the heavyweight champion. Can Dangerous Z do it here and leave the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium with the belt? Backdrop driver, it's gonna be it! Oh! He got him with it! 1, 2, 2!
That's
only 2.
One of his favorite moves. He's won a lot of matches with it.
Corey is asking Red Jones. Red Jones confirms that it was 2.
Not a whole lot of guys that kicked out of that backdrop driver. Arik Royal's got to dig down into another place. Does he go for it again? Does he go for something else?
Sends the champ into the buckle. Oh, God!
He didn't go down. His pride won't let him go down, but he goes down a second time.
Some fans are calling for beast mode. Some are calling for Corey Edsel. Oh, got him!
They get the butt in the corner. Beast mode right on the back.
Edsel has had trouble with the back cover. 2-2. No, sir, no. Only a 2 count.
And if you recall, it was the back and the neck that nearly retired Corey Edsel. Go for a Uranagi.
Maybe that big exploder. Whatever it was, Edsel knew he could not let him have it.
Oh, hard forearm.
Both these men are struggling to hold the Mid-Atlantic Championship. One man will raise it above his head tonight. One man will go home a loser, having his place in history possibly erased.
And as far as Corey Edsel is concerned, losing is not an option here. He glanced that right hand.
Oh, God! You heard the sound bounce off the walls of the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. Oh! Great punch from Edsel, but both men are down. A desperation punch from Dangerous E.
He took that Enziguri like a champ and came right back with that right cross. And you saw the spit fly out of the mouth of Arik Royal.
Seems to be about 60-40 for the champion.
There's a cover.
1, 2, no, sir, no.
And it's the, like I said earlier, grinded out pace. It's not a wrestling match, it's a survival.
The next big move could net one of these men the championship. Could be the haymaker. He ducked it.
Oh, the tackle.
Edsel turned inside out by the football tackle, but again, the champion cannot make the cover.
He managed to duck that wind out haymaker lariat. Will this be enough?
1, 2, 2. Edsel still alive.
The clock is still ticking. Aric can't, oh my God, I can't even talk, Brad Stutts.
The champion now is in the position of what do I need to do to put this challenger down?
Nice reversal there by Edsel.
Spinebuster did not get a second one. Ducks the lariat.
Exploder.
Oh, God, dropped him right on his head, neck, and shoulder. Red Jones is checking the challenger. Challenger has got to pull himself off the mat, and he is doing it right now. Sick kick. Edsel is down off the sick kick.
Edsel keeps finding a way to claw his way back up, but how many more shots can he take like that?
Edsel is coming back up. The sick kick has beat so many people in the last 13 months, but Edsel is pulling himself back up for more. Oh, God, a second one. Challenger is down. And Arik Royal is still the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship after a grueling championship bout. Arik Royal breaks the record. Arik Royal.
And still CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Arik Royal!
Look at the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion who will enter his 14th month as champion. Who can knock Arik Royal off the mountaintop?
If Corey Edsel couldn't do it, you have to wonder who can.
We thank you so much for joining us as the era of Dangerous E. Corey Edsel, 13 14 months and 25 days as champion has ended. Arik Royal will eclipse that title reign and head into month 14. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you at the PWI Tag Team Tournament.
You're damn right I did. And I worked on it every damn day. Every damn day I worked on this. Every day. Every day.